Nannagaru. He has invaded my life like a strong sweet perfume, that aroma of which never goes away. He has engulfed me like a whirlpool, snatching away everything I could call me and mine. We had no mediators between us, as I belonged to him. He said many times that I was born for him. I had been searching for him since childhood, but it took him 17 years to knock on my door, though he had been invisibly guiding me right from my birth. As I was born with an intense quest for truth, nothing interested me. No religious practice made me complete. From the day he stepped into my life physically, it has been nothing but pure magic. Every step was a miracle, and miracles became a norm. My journey with him can't be written in short, as I have volumes to write, but let me make it brief. He once said, unlike very close devotees of Bhagavan who parted from him physically by destiny, I don't want you to part from me even physically. Destiny should not part us. From the time we met in this life, he called me his spiritual daughter. Sometimes he said I am his Manasika Putrika, meaning the daughter that arose from his mind. Most of my life revolved around him, either traveling with him or doing his ashram work, and that was my priority. Everything else would fall in place, though there were occasional struggles. After Nannagaru's mother passed away, my role changed from spiritual daughter to that of his mother. He proclaimed to all the devotees that his mother did not leave him an orphan, but gave me as his mother before she left. He would repeat it many times, and there was never a day that went without mentioning my name. That was the ultimate intimacy that I share with him in this life, which is of many lives, according to him. The importance and freedom he gave me made me always feel on top of the world, and I would have tremendous power gushing from within. I always felt there was nothing that could not be achieved. The glimpses of truth I tasted in his presence, and even in his physical absence, can't be explained in words. Coming to the point of my journey in the last 3 months before he left his physical frame, it all started from his birthday, which falls on September 23rd. I had been in his presence as usual, since I had been with him during every hospital admission from his first admission in Hyderabad 4 years ago, and having known his health condition in detail, I knew he was coming up with new health issues. My fear of his physical illness increased as he became weaker and more unstable. Despite developing skin rashes and total discomfort, he traveled to Hyderabad to attend a wedding he had promised earlier. But I knew deep in my heart that he came to bless Hyderabad devotees one last time. It was on October 13th that he got admitted to Apollo Hospital in Visakhapatnam, in a risky condition for which he had to undergo intensive medical treatment. It was an intense spiritual treatment for us devotees at his bedside. It turned out to be an exclusive roller coaster journey, where Nana chanting the name RK or Rama Krishna became RK himself, and showed us the last days of RK by reliving it himself. We saw RK in Nana completely, and my role became that of a mother to this universal God Father, that turned God baby to teach me many things, and make me spiritually independent. The past 2.5 months with him was an unparalleled spiritual instruction by him through his physical suffering, rather than the loving and graceful preaching he did in his entire life. It strongly impacted me so much that maybe nothing will ever influence me again. Other than his love for humanity, especially for his devotees, he did not care for his body or comfort. He questioned me once, "Why am I suffering so much? For whose sake?" I knew he was suffering for his devotees, for people who sought his help to free them of various types of ill health, sadness, and suffering. Every saint underwent physical suffering before parting from the body, out of compassion for their devotees, and to remove their suffering. Intermittently he kept hinting to me what was going to happen next. He advised me not to complain, never complain. In between, he specifically told Varma and me, "You do my work, I will do yours." When he was suffering from intense pain, I cried and said, "Nana, how can God be so cruel?" He replied, "If body comes, suffering comes too. Where there is no body, no mind, in that place I am." One unique feature that always touched me, right from the beginning, was his sharing food with me. He would always share his food with me, and whatever food was left over by him, he would tell me to eat it up. On one occasion, he shared his medicine too, Ultracet, the painkiller he was so fond of. He said, "Give me one, and you take one and sleep." Tears often rolled, sometimes with gratitude, at times with love, at times with sorrow, unable to see his discomfort. He taught me patience, endurance, and forgiveness. He raised me above the body consciousness, by bringing single-pointed attention to him, forgetting everything else. He made himself a priority to me, by pretending to be dependent, which he never was, nor will ever be, to make the learning process quick before he finally parted, as he wouldn't go without completing all the lessons that were meant to be learned by heart. Many times he would physically bless me, holding my cheeks and saying, "How well you took care of me." But then, how well has he looked after thousands of devotees worldwide? He attended to their every need, whether physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. Unlike other spiritual masters, he had no limitations or restrictions. He never imposed anything on anyone. He imposed no practices, as he wanted to bestow realization to one and all, without any struggle and effort. That tremendous pure love expressed in human form is the rarest, and the precious years spent with him were the rarest of boons for all his devotees. His teachings shall stay alive, blessing all generations to come, and uplifting them from sorrow to joy. 5 days before he left his mortal body, amidst his physical suffering, when he could hardly move even his eyelids, he opened his eyes, looked into mine, and said, "You go and come." I said, "Nana, I will not leave you. I will be with you only." He then said, "I will leave in 5 days." And he departed in 5 days, at around 12 noon, on December 29th, on the most auspicious day of the year, Vaikunta Ekadashi. He was completely conscious, drinking the tulasi rasam I poured into his mouth. My one hand was holding him, and one hand caressing his chest, gently calling him, Nannagaru. He silently parted, the greatest and most adorable gift to humanity, parted in complete silence, without a trace that he actually left, maybe to prove that there can never ever be parting in the true sense. As he said, destiny could not part us, till he breathed his last nor after that. Though you have dropped the physical frame, we always knew you were our indweller. Though we don't see that divine smile again, your smile alone we see in everyone today. Though no other love can replace yours, we have learned to love and stopped seeking it outside of us. Nothing in the world can shatter us, for the strength you gave us before your physical departure can't be measured. Thank you will be just words, but the gratitude we feel silences our minds and gives contentment to our hearts. We love you, Nana, from the bottom of our hearts.
చీకటితో వెలుగే చెప్పెను నేనున్నానని, ఓటమితో గెలుపే చెప్పెను నేనున్నానని, నేనున్నానని నీకేం కాదని, నిన్నటి రాతని మార్చేస్తానని. తగిలే రాళ్ళని పునాది చేసి ఎదగాలని, తరిమే వాళ్ళని హితులుగా తలచి ముందుకెళ్ళాలని, కన్నుల నీటిని కలల సాగుకై వాడుకోవాలని, కాచే నిప్పుని ప్రమిదగా మలచి కాంతి పంచాలని, గుండెతో ధైర్యం చెప్పెను, చూపుతో మార్గం చెప్పెను, అడుగుతో గమ్యం చెప్పెను నేనున్నానని.